Thank you and enjoy this afternoon's performance. Welcome to the 42nd annual TUBA Christmas. This is also a special year for us here in our relationship with the Eastman School of Music. So 10 years ago, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later, 10 years ago we began a relationship with Eastman, and here we are still doing TUBA Christmas in this beautiful hall, Kodak Hall at Eastman Theatre, which is just wonderful. Thank you all for braving the elements and working your way downtown today. And I know there's a Bills game going on too, so if you need to check your phones, that's okay. If you do get your phone up, take a picture and share it with somebody. If you need to make a video or something and post that, that's welcome as well. So each of these carols that we're going to play today, we're going to do a couple of times, and I will turn around and cue you when to sing. If you've got your song sheets in front of you, you've got lyrics if you don't know the words. So please sing and have a good time. We are going to have a great time. My name is Jeremy Stoner, by the way. I should probably lead with an introduction of myself. I sometimes forget that, but many of you have probably been here before. How many people have been to a TUBA Christmas here in Rochester? How many people is this your first time here? Thank you for coming back, and thank you for coming for the first time. Please share the joy with friends and family, and hopefully see you again next year. We're going to continue with the program now, and be ready to sing on cue. As I mentioned, this is the 42nd year that we're doing this here in Rochester. This is the 52nd year for TUBA Christmases worldwide. This is not something that we invented here in Rochester, and they do a TUBA Christmas of some sort in over 300 locations worldwide, if you can believe that. Some are very small. You really only need 4 people to pull off a TUBA Christmas, and you can have as many as what we've got on stage. Or if those of you who have been to the big one in New York City, sometimes there are 400, 500 tubas playing, and people singing along. It's great. This all started 52 years ago when tuba great Harvey Phillips decided he needed to find a way to bring these instruments out and show how beautiful they are, how beautiful they sound, showcase the fact that we can play the melody sometimes. Usually we're hidden in the back of a large ensemble, but we can play melody and sound beautiful and play technically and do all kinds of really musically wonderful things. And Harvey was also looking for a way to honor his teacher that had passed away, the great Bill Bell. So the Harvey Phillips Foundation is behind TUBA Christmas, and they publish music and sort of help all the various coordinators in various cities around places present these concerts every year. So that's a little bit of history of TUBA Christmas. We're going to continue. That singing was pretty good. Were you feeling the Deck the Halls? Yeah, let's keep that going. So this is a special day for all of us here as tuba players, and I hope those of you that come every year, this is a special day for you and your families too. It's a great holiday tradition. For me, I'm a tuba player. I do tuba stuff all day, every day, but even despite all of that tuba, I still really look forward to this day, and it's so much fun to be here and to be here with you. I mentioned that sometimes these TUBA Christmases can be very small, and here we have, I would say, probably not a small looking ensemble. I would like to report that we have a full capacity of 125 tubas and euphoniums. That's the number that we're trying to hit every year, and sometimes some people don't show up who said they were going to come, so we might fall short, but everybody showed up today, so even with this weather. And all of these people that you see on stage, we get together just once a year. We come here a couple hours before the concert, we meet, we rehearse, we take a quick break, and then here we are right now. So how about let's keep the concert going. euphoniums. Is everybody familiar with the name euphonium as an instrument? Raise your hand if you know what euphonium is. Right? Well, if you don't know, there's a bunch of them on that side of the group. Let me tell you a little bit about the other instruments that we have up on stage. Obviously, our name is TUBA Christmas, so all of these instruments must be tubas of some kind. I'm going to start to my right, which are instruments that probably more resemble the tubas you're used to thinking of. So we've got four different pitches of tubas, typically. We've got two really big ones, the contrabass tubas that are pitched to the keys of C and B flat. So contrabass tubas, lift up your tubas, show us the big ones. Those are the biggest, lowest ones that we've got. Those you're used to seeing maybe in the back of a really large concert band or an orchestra or something like that. We also have the bass tuba, which is pitched in either E flat or F. Do we have any E flat or F tubas here today? So pitched a little bit higher, a little bit smaller instrument, a little bit more focused sound, easier for playing in small ensembles like a brass quintet, or playing solo recitals. There's a lot of material written for solo tuba, actually, if you don't know. So we do a lot of that type of stuff too. In the way back, we've got the sousaphones. The sousaphones, also a tuba, just shaped a little bit differently for marching. They typically have a really big bell for projecting really loud sounds outside. And our sousaphones are well represented this year and are well decorated. How about a big hand for our sousaphones? Marching tubas, marching contras. Let's see our marching tubas back there. Cool. Also on this side, before I move to the other side, let's look at John's plastic tuba. We've got a tuba made out of plastic. That's something that's come within the last few years. It's something kind of new. On this side of the group, we've got a lot of different things going on. Those of you who might have students or children or friends, family playing that type of instrument, you might be familiar with the term baritone, which is what we tend to call it in our school music programs. As soon as they graduate from high school and go to college or become a professional or something, we change it for some reason. We start calling them euphoniums. But they are really the same instrument. Right? So on this side, we've got a bunch of different euphoniums, which is most of these instruments. Do we have any small little baritone horns? Actual little tiny baritones? Yeah. Baritones with a smaller bell. And then what else do we have over here? Well, Santa. Did Santa just get here, or I missed him somehow? Santa has some crazy contraption which we call the double-belled euphonium. So it's both a euphonium and a baritone in the same instrument, and he can control which bell the sound comes out of. It's a pretty fascinating thing. It was something that was popular in the early 1900s, in the glory days of the band, John Philip Sousa band and stuff like that. We've got a marching baritone back there. So did I miss anything? Anything I missed back here? We've got some good decorations. We've got bell front, baritones, euphoniums. Good. Euphoniums, you're looking good too. Good decorations, everybody. So, now you know what we've got up on stage. Sometimes we also refer to the euphonium as the tenor tuba. So it's in the same family as the tuba. It's got the same fingerings. It's just playing, it reads music one octave higher than the tuba. So that's the relationship there. All right, we're gonna keep going. a bone and let them go a little bit nuts. So that was their one moment in this program where they could just let it rip. So those of you who might remember TUBA Christmas back when it was in Midtown Plaza, would have thousands of people up in the balcony above us, and when we would do that there, everybody would sort of like grab onto the rail really tight and think the world was about to end, the whole wall was going to collapse. So I think that was a pretty good one. What do you think? That's the only time that's going to happen. We're going to behave up here for the rest of the program. I mentioned the Harvey Phillips Foundation and how that organization helps these things happen, and they publish the music. So one of the things that Harvey Phillips did 50 years ago was he engaged Alec Wilder to arrange these carols and put them in a book and publish them, so we can buy these books and use them every year, and it makes it really easy for us to do this. Cool thing about Alec Wilder was a great composer, great friend to low brass. He wrote lots of pieces for both tuba and euphonium in the solo realm, and just did really cool things. And these arrangements are fantastic. Alec also is a native Rochesterian. He was born in Rochester, so there's another cool tie to us there. One thing, in addition to those books that we have that's unique to our show in Rochester, is many years ago, my predecessors, Joe Baker and Glenn Call, thought that would be a great idea to be able to incorporate younger players and beginners into this thing, and they came up with a set of arrangements, simplified parts, that I've been sort of re-adding to as the years go on. So we've got a lot of younger players or beginners or players that are, maybe tuba or euphonium isn't their main instrument, but they can come here and play with us using those arrangements. So that's something special that we do here in Rochester. And is enough about the music. Let's hear some music. not the exact same age. At least I think you probably can see that. So we have generally a pretty wide range of ages of participants, and it's usually kind of interesting to find out what that age range is, because it's different every year. So we've got some young people up front here. Let's see if we can figure out who the youngest one is today. Teenagers, like middle schoolers and high schoolers. Who do we have here? Middle school and high school teenagers. Let's move into, we're going to go by decade now. Let's do 20s. Who do we have in our 20s today? Who do we have in our 30s playing with us today? Who do we have in our 40s with us today? I've got 1 year left in that category. Who do we have in our 50s? And who do we have in their 60s? We may have some people here in their 70s. How about that? Do we have anybody in their 80s playing today? Now this is when it gets really fun. Do we have anyone in their 90s playing with us today? I'll be honest with you, I already knew the answer to that because Peter's a good friend of mine, and I know that he turned on Thursday he turns 90. Peter's got his whole family here with him today. He's got his wife, Betsy, his 4 children, 10 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild here with us today. Two of those are sitting next to him, too. He's got a son and a grandchild right next to him. And a few other very important things you need to know about Peter is that Peter is responsible for why we're all in this space together doing this right now and for the last 10 years. So before we were here, we bounced around a little bit after the demise of Midtown Plaza. We spent a number of years in the beautiful Hochstein Performance Hall, which is a fantastic space, but it doesn't even seat half the capacity of the Eastman Theatre, so it was always a bit of a challenge to fit everybody in that space and get everybody in and out of there. We did 1 year over at Nazareth University where I teach. We were outside at the Liberty Pole one time. We were in the Sibley building, so I can't imagine being outside on it today, so we're very happy to be in the warm confines in the Eastman Theatre. So, you know, people would always come up to me and say, hey, just move into the Eastman Theatre. And I was like, well, yeah, that would be fantastic. Like, I'm not sure if they would want to have us and how much that would cost and how we would make that happen. And I heard that from a lot of people over the years, and I myself thought that would be just a great thing. But it wasn't until Peter came along and started talking to people and talked to the right people and made a really good impression and got really great support from the concert office here and the dean's office, and they actually said yes. And then it turns out the guy that plays next to him in the New Horizons band has a connection with the Daisy Marquis Jones Foundation, who has been our sponsor for the last 10 years. Out how to get us in the space and how to pay for it, make it free for everybody to come and enjoy this great event. So, our 90-year-old Peter, we have to say, number one, happy birthday. And number two, a great round of applause. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Peter. And we're going to continue with our program. Surprise to you that we don't all live in the same house. We come from all over. Right? So do we have City of Rochester residents? Any residents of City of Rochester close into the city and close suburbs here playing today? City of Rochester. Do we have, I'm sure we have people that are maybe not really in the city or the close suburbs, but still within Monroe County. If you're from Monroe County, raise your hand. How about outside of Monroe County, but still in New York State? How about outside of New York State? United States. Santa wins in all the categories. Like every year. I think I covered everything. Santa wins again. So, anyways, just thought you might find it interesting to know where we all come from. we've got in today's program. Low tubas, that was glorious. Can you do that again for everybody? Can we hear that low E flat? In case you missed it. That's what we do usually as tuba players, so it's a lot of fun to play in a group like this where we can have the melody sometimes or have really cool harmonies and not just play like oompa sort of bass lines and so on. But anyways, a nice low note like that, that's really what we really do at. So it's nice to hear that. Well, we already know that Peter has his family here playing with him, but I think there's some others that we've got here. So if you're playing with a sibling or a child or someone else from your family today, you wave your hand. TUBA Christmas is something that is multi-generational and is great to share with a family member. We usually have a number of families that are up here participating together, so it's nice to know that. We're going to continue the program with one of my favorites, the Wassail Song. I think it's really important, you know, here we are in Rochester, and here we are at one of the world's greatest music schools, the Eastman School of Music. And of course, we get great support from the school and the University of Rochester. And of course, they have a great tuba professor and a great tuba studio. And I think you heard some of them as you were coming in today, some of the Eastman students. How about a round of applause? Students on stage today, and also a bunch of Eastman alums, so it's important to share that with them and recognize all of the participation from the Eastman School. So Eastman students and alums, wave your hand. We're going to continue with Joy to the World, and I think you may only have one verse printed in your program. Is that correct? Yeah. Somebody remind me. Does anyone know the next verse, words to the second verse? Yes. Well, we're going to play this one 3 times. So we're going to play it and then play it again 2 more times. So it's up to you if you want to sing the first verse twice, or if you know the words to another verse, feel free to sing along with that too. Here's Joy to the World. you. I already mentioned this earlier, but I think it's fantastic, and there's some really good ones this year. How about a big round of applause for everyone that decorated their instrument? We've got all kinds of lights and all sorts of decorations. We even have a Buddy the Elf in the back. It's always great to see what people come up with. It's a lot of creativity going on. Inspirations for starting TUBA Christmas was a way to honor William Bell, Harvey Phillips' teacher, and William Bell was an inspiration to many tuba players. He was really one of our first virtuoso sort of tuba players, and he was a really big deal, and was also a great teacher and really passed on so much to the next generation. And Harvey really wanted to make note of that and really do that, and we kind of do that in the tuba world all the time where we honor our teachers. But that said, it's so important, myself as an educator too, to constantly, strive to inspire someone else, whether it's a younger person or an older person, and help them reach their goals and get better. And if I didn't have many people like that in my life coming along, and if these people didn't have those people, none of us would be in this room together at all. So I think it's very important that we recognize all of the music educators. There are many of them on stage today, and many of them have brought their students with them to play. So please, a big round of applause for our music educators on stage. Do we have any teachers in the audience today? We appreciate everything that you do for us. Let's continue. cool event happen over there, the euphoniums at the very end. They had a trill. You know tubas and euphoniums can trill? That's a pretty cool thing. We're not just about the low notes. Euphoniums, you want to do that again for everybody? Can we do the second ending and hear your trill, euphonium ones? Let's do that one more time. First of all, bring a friend, tell everybody you know about us, and hopefully we're trying really hard to fill every seat. And so we did a pretty good job today. It's a wonderful seat, there's a lovely crowd out there. So bring a family member, bring a friend, spread the word. I do have a website that I maintain, Rochester TUBA Christmas.org. I believe that's printed on your program. So if you'd like to find out when our date is going to be next year, we're working on solidifying that now, but it will be most likely a Sunday afternoon like today in December. And you might find some other information on the website, more about the history of our thing that we do here, and more about the history of the Harvey Phillips Foundation. The Harvey Phillips Foundation has its own website, tubachristmas.com. All right, so mine's rochestertubachristmas.org. I also have a YouTube channel where we have a lot of prior year's concerts posted. We are live streaming today, so hi folks out there in live stream land. And recordings, so those recordings from this year's concert will show up on YouTube at some point, so you can look into that a little bit more. So thank you for being here today, and hope to see you again next year. One other thing, we should say Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah starts tonight, and of course we all know that many people in our community celebrate Hanukkah, and Hanukkah is celebrated worldwide around this time of year, and it happens to start this evening. So we're going to do a Hanukkah song for you next. Starts every year on December 26th. And for every day of Kwanzaa, there is a principle that is celebrated. The first one is Umoja, which stands for unity. And our next piece we're going to play, we premiered last year. This is something that we do special here in Rochester. I'll tell you the whole story very quickly. So I teach at Nazareth. In our holiday concert a couple years ago, this piece that we're about to play for you, it was originally written for choir. It's a 4-part vocal piece. And one of our choirs sang it at Nazareth's holiday gala concert. And it was so beautiful, this melody, and I was thinking like, man, that would just sound fantastic on tubas. Like, this might actually work. So I reached out to the composer, And Zenaida was very kind in getting back to me. She is a musician and a teacher and a composer, conductor, lives in Los Angeles area. She got right back to me and she said, I think that's a fantastic idea. And she gave me permission to arrange it for our group here. And we premiered this last year on TUBA Christmas, so this is the second time doing it. So last year, that was the first time that it had ever been done anywhere in the world. This is now going to be the second time it's ever been done anywhere in the world. So you're still a part of something real special. So this is, what you're going to hear is a very simple, beautiful melody that's going to start in one of the euphonium groups over here. And then that melody is going to be repeated and passed around to different parts of the ensemble. You might start to latch onto this melody, and you do. There are words to this song, Umoja. It's just one word. If you feel like you've got the melody and you want to sing Umoja along with us, you can, or if you want to hum or something, that would be fine. Another interesting thing about this piece, towards the end, we're going to get into a section that might sound a little unusual or unorganized, or like we're up here improvising, and that's because we are. So there's going to be a sort of improvised section that's unique to this piece as well. In any case, I'm really happy to present the sounds of Kwanzaa and Umoja for you today. read off my sheet here so I don't forget anybody, hopefully. First and foremost, thank you so much to the Eastman School of Music for hosting us and allowing us and encouraging us to do this here every year. So please, a big round of applause for the Eastman School of Music. And here at Eastman, our contact and our go-to and our support, Julia Egg in the concert office, and everybody in the concert office has been a great help in making sure that all of this happens every year and that it goes smoothly. So thank you, Julia and your crew. Dan and the stage crew helping set up all of these chairs and stands and moving around and really being patient with all of us during this madness that's happening up here. So thank you, Dan and company. And our front of house crew and Jess and the ushers and all of the staff here at Eastman. Everybody is just fantastic, and thank you all so much. I mentioned before, one of our main sponsors for these 10 years here at Eastman, the Daisy Marquis Jones Foundation. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to pull this off and we wouldn't be able to host this free community holiday event every year, so thanks. We also receive a lot of support from the City of Rochester and the Special Events Office. Joe Alessi has been great over there, and they've been supportive of really this whole 42 years, so City of Rochester, thank you. And then I do a lot of the work to make this happen in coordination and emceeing this event every year and conducting and rehearsing the group and putting music together and stuff like that. But I also have some help behind the scenes to make this happen. I mentioned Peter before, Peter Webster, thank you again. Michelle, thank you very, very much for everything that you do. We're going to continue with a new one. All right. So far, the last 3 years, we've had something new for you every year. We've got another one this year. We're going to do You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Very special arrangement. So our friends at the Boston TUBA Christmas debuted this last year. One of them arranged it for that group, and it worked, and it went really well, and they were willing to share it with us. So we're going to do You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. So the way this one's going to work is we're going to play through a couple of verses, and then I'm going to cue you to sing on the very last one. Okay? So hope you enjoy our brand new arrangement of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. This brings us to the last piece on our program. Once again, my name is Jeremy Stoner, and I'm really happy that you spent some time with us this afternoon. This event is so special. There's nothing else like it around, and I'm so happy that you came and joined us and sang along and learned a little bit about the tuba and got to hear some great music and sing some great music. So please come again next year, next December. Hope to see you again. We're going to leave you with "We Wish You a Merry Christmas."
Take us